Hey, this is your host Cam, and in this episode of the Gibsunday podcast, I spent some time chatting with Nick and Josh of JHS Pedals. We discussed the origins of JHS, all the various jobs Nick has held in his tenure, and we even play a fun round of Newlyweds to see if Josh and Nick know each other as well as they know pedals. As a quick note, this audio is pulled directly from our video chat, so some parts may not make as much sense without the visual component. Don't worry, the vast majority is perfect for podcasts. So thanks so much for listening. Let's jump in. Guys, thanks so much for hopping on here with me today. This really does mean a lot. I've been a big fan of JHS for as long as I've cared about pedals, which I guess has been as 15 years now. You guys were the first pedals that I was like, hey, this isn't just something my dad does. This is actually kind of cool.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So thanks for making playing music cool for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Quick disclaimer. I don't like to Google or like Wikipedia people before doing these. I don't get to do that in real life, so it doesn't make a ton of sense to do that here. I'd rather just talk to you guys, ask some questions that I'm curious about, and we'll just kind of go from there like a real conversation. Does that work?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, Josh, tell me about the early days of JHS. I remember pictures of like the music shop.
Yeah. So early days, it's about 2007. I fix a broken Boss pedal, which is very easy, nothing to it. And then just sparked curiosity in me. I started learning how the circuit worked. I compared it to a Keeley modified version of the same pedal that I loved. Started like, why is this part here and this is not here and all that. Started doing my own mods, learning the circuits, learning how to read schematics, going to Radio Shack, buying parts. That escalates into selling some things locally and a few things on eBay, kind of early days eBay. And then I started going, well, instead of modding this blues breaker, why don't I just make it? And that became the Morning Glory, vice versa, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was just, that's how it kind of started. And then around 2009, that was all in Mississippi. That's where I'm from, Alabama. My wife is from Mississippi and we lived in Mississippi. And we ended up moving to Kansas City because it became a business. Didn't know what I was doing. And my friend lived out here. So we moved out, got some help. It was about 6 months behind on orders, had a website and stuff. So we ended up in Kansas City. Somewhere along that line, there was the music store you mentioned and stuff, little experiment. It went well and bad at the same time. Nick managed that or worked in it at least for like a hot minute.
I worked in the music store for a week and then we closed it down.
You did really good.
I did
That sounds
okay.
like that sounds like every music store. It does well and bad at the same time.
Well, the biggest enemy was the company. The pedal company kept growing like very dangerously. And so when, you're me and your family, your parents have like 8th grade educations from poor families, started working to support families. I never had to like, Dad, tell me about your portfolio. You're like, how does a business work? That's just not a
Yeah.
For me, everything was, I was learning it as I was messing it up, which is fine. It's like the American dream or whatever they call it. And so it's like, I had a knack for pedals. I had a good ear for what I wanted to do. I had a good eye. Now I know I had a good eye for like making a brand, but I was a mess, so there was that real struggle. The music store was not helping, trying to do two things at once. And so it all shut down. And then we just kept growing. And now we're still here in Kansas City. It's about 43 employees.
Nice.
And
it's amazing.
Almost about 15 years, in the 15th year, something like that.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's super cool. You said something that I really like. You have a good ear for it, which is a funny part of this whole thing, right? Like you got to have a good ear for it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of really crap pedals out there. And a lot of it, I think, kind of comes down to that ear thing. Someone that I met was the first person that introduced me to that idea was Jason Lawler. And his shop manager was kind of going on like he just got this ear, he's got this thing, and it's part of his brain. It's who he is, and you just can't replicate it. Who do you know that you've met, that you've come across over the years that you're just blown away by their ear?
Yeah, I think it's also preference. I think there is preference in that.
Sure.
I say I had a good ear for it. What I define that is I knew what I wanted to hear. I made that, and I was fortunate that people shared that opinion.
Totally.
So I think people that I enjoy their ear, George Tripp's, anything he's done, Way Huge, Dunlop, I'm a huge fan of that. I look at early Electro-Harmonics, which is primarily Bob Meyer designs, Memory Man, Big Muff. Like, I love those sounds.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the Japanese industry, so you like have Boss and you have Maxon who made Ibanez, and you have all the like fringe brands like Aria and all this stuff. I think those engineers were great. A lot of that was design firms doing stuff for Boss or whatever. So there's a group of mysterious people that I love that did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard not to love the David's DoD designs from the 70s. And then when it comes to current day, there's juxtapositions, which are really funny. Like Jamie Stillman's one of my favorite people on earth. I love his pedals and all, but he has a totally different ear. And sometimes I'm like, this is insane. Like, it's like being taken to some restaurant where it's Martian food. But at the same time, it's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
And that feels almost like a juxtaposition. And then I'm looking around. I mean, I really do like everything. A lot of that, though, is the story. I like the story of a pedal more than how it sounds. That's kind of so it's a little bit.
That makes sense. I think that's telling just in the fact that you've built the show.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and it's not a demo show where you just play the pedal. Like, you really kind of go through it and create these great ideas and talk through it. So yeah, the story makes a ton of sense. Nick, how long have you been with Josh?
I think I might be going into the 12th year. I can't remember. 11 or 12. Yeah, I started in 2010, so I guess this is the 12th year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how did you start? What's kind of been your progression through those 12 years?
Yeah, I mean, I actually interned for Josh for like a week. Well, it was a little longer than that, but my dad and I drove down to Mississippi over a weekend. And we interned. Yeah, very loose terms, but
no credit hours, no pay.
No
experience.
It was fun. We went down and just helped Josh out, catch up with like orders over a weekend. We were like building in a little shed in his father-in-law's backyard. And like the corner of the shed was like caving in, and I like a little rickety card table building pedals. But when Josh and his family moved to Kansas City, I pretty much immediately jumped in and started working from their basement, building pedals. I think I probably built like a total of like 15 mini foot fuzzes. That was kind of like little black buffers, mini foot fuzzes, the magics. I had like a thing. Josh was like, "Here, you do these."
You had a power alley.
I had a power alley, yeah. And then as stuff grew, we kind of started getting more and more sophisticated with like the way that we assembled pedals and kind of helped develop an assembly line system. I managed the assembly line for like 2 years, and then we were doing a lot of like, Josh was doing a lot of travel to do video content, like going to Chicago with Chicago Music Exchange and stuff.
Right.
And we went on a trip, and Steve, our general manager, he was a photographer at the time. He still is a photographer, but he had a camera and he was starting to shoot some video. And Josh was like, "Does anybody know how to edit? Like, does anyone know how to use iMovie?" And I was like, "I do." And so on the way back from the road trip, I edited this thing together, and it was just kind of like from then on, if we needed something edited, it was just like, well, let Nick do it. And that just kind of spiraled into like, well, what if we did our own videos? What if we did our own demos of our own products instead of Josh having to fly out to Chicago every couple months? And we were doing teasers, and
It also came out of like, I developed a real hatred of like print ads and NAM, and just like hatred's a funny term, but like, I just like, we got to do something different. This is not working. Like, does anyone see social media happening? And it was like, let's do these TV commercials. Can we do this? So like you created a TV, and it kept evolving.
Yeah, it was definitely like kind of these building blocks. Like you'd try something and then we'd be informed by the result of that thing.
Yeah.
So we'd do like a teaser, and then it'd be like, oh, people like that. Let's keep doing that. And then we started doing our own demos. And at a certain point, I flipped over full time on the media side and was just like making content. And for probably about a year or two, it was kind of the Wild West. Just like, it was basically like my job was just go make stuff. And so we tried a lot of things out, and eventually Josh and I kind of both were like, I think we both hate making demos of our own pedals. Like this is not fun. And I started watching like photography vlogs, and I got really into like, oh wow, like this is such a cool format, and kind of realized like what we needed to do was create a consistent show, like actually just make a show. And so I brought the idea to Josh, and I was like, we need to do like a YouTube show, like something that we do consistently. And parallel, Josh was really getting into teaching like about pedal history. And that was a thing that you were starting to do a ton. And we just kind of started talking about it. And it was like, what if we did like a vlog style format, but we just talked about pedals?
Which I didn't even know what the stuff was. Like, I didn't watch YouTube. I had no YouTube. To me was like my kids watching a kid open toys. And Nick's like, we should do YouTube. I was like, people watch YouTube? Like, I didn't have the grid. And that's why the early episodes, it is like a vlog.
It's kind of a little bit more vloggy. And a lot of like the discovery of YouTube was because I was watching so much YouTube trying to learn how to do my job at the time. So I'm like learning how to do all this stuff, and like being like, oh, we could do a format like this photography vlog. That's kind of like the beginning of the show.
Nice. That's super cool to hear. That all kind of makes sense. On this side, like kind of seeing the evolution of the show. What does it look like now in real time when you guys are like bouncing around episodes and trying to create ideas? And do you honor the traditional, like, we're going to do 12 episodes this season? Or is it like, let's just go until we need a break? Or is it, we'll just figure it out as we go every day?
It's like a mixture. Like, we had a realization yesterday where we were like, we put a show out every single week, and like Seinfeld didn't even do that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm glad you referenced Seinfeld, because I was thinking of Jerry. And the whole like writing process when he says he loses his mind around 13. Like, you just go crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. Like, I think, like the general like development process is usually like Josh will have an idea on a topic, something he wants to teach about. And then he'll do a lot of like, I think a lot of stuff that people don't realize is like, I think people think we just kind of shoot these the day before and just kind of wrap it up. But there's a lot of pre-production on Josh's side where, hours of like research and, like the information just doesn't come from nowhere. So he'll build out, some kind of outline. And then we have the room that we're in now has basically been dialed into like a T on production. So like, this is the spot we're sitting now is a set, and there's like 4 other sets. And the kind of figured it out is to just make maximum efficiency. So
totally.
But like, we're excited this year because we want to try some new things. Like, we're excited about trying some new stuff and trying to make the show like as sustainable and fun as possible. Cause that's like, I think that's why it's fun. It's because we have fun,
the challenge, we, for the first time, we're 3 years in ish, I think. The first time last year, there were a few moments where the show didn't feel as fun. And so we checked ourselves, and we've done a good job of kind of like pivoting, I think, and just we have to make sure if we're going to do something long term, that we want to do it.
Yeah.
Because we're also running a company, right? It's like it's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
And
I think it's important to point out too, it's not even just Josh and I.
Oh, like, not at all.
We have a team.
Right.
We have Addison is like editing and mixing and helping film. And then we have Larissa is also editing and doing TikTok and like Instagram stuff.
We have a research assistant, copy editor.
Yeah, we have
the research, man. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. That the research is such a crazy one too, because there's just not enough information published in a professional format.
Yeah,
for you, Josh, doing research on pedals, right?
If there is, I don't trust it. I've learned. Oh, wow. I've learned firsthand. I've sat in almost every interview with the inventor, thinking I knew a story, and it's not the right. The internet is never right. And so a lot of the passion for me behind the show is to get it right, to write books that are right, to do documentaries, to do bios. That's a goal. And we're building this crazy database. We have I think it's a 390 page encyclopedic reference already built, which
that's amazing.
Like just date timeline. And then we have inside of the date timeline, there's biography. It's insane. Like, we're building this database. I don't know what we're doing. I use it to write, but
that's amazing.
Crazy.
That's amazing. Something I'm curious of that I've seen, different companies get it. Gibson gets it. I know you guys have seen it where there's most things they put out, they get a lot of internet flack for it. And in 2022, as a company, unfortunately, in a lot of ways, what you do is just up for public opinion.
Yeah.
You're as much as you are a pedal company, you're a social media company as well. And that predates YouTube and the JHS show. What's that process been like for you personally, just like as a human, learning how to navigate the abundance of musicians' opinions about your company?
Oh,
deep sigh.
I think there are two very different Joshes. There is, and Nick has seen this. I'd say when JHS started seeing significant eyes and notoriety, the Morning Glory kind of starts at school, but then you hit around 2012, 14, the color box drops, Muffaletta drops. You start seeing some stuff.
Favorite pedal ever.
And then, and I think with success, a guy told me this, and it's a helpful illustration. There's always haters, no matter how small you are. But so the smaller you are, you're down here, kind of imagine a balloon flying low. You're small. Yeah. And the more popular you get, your balloon just goes up. And so there are more haters visibly in the eyesight of the balloon. When it's down low, less people can hate on you because they don't know you exist. Balloon gets high. That early balloon rising for me, I like people to like me. I'm a very likable person. I like relationship stuff. And the cold, dead heart of the internet was hard for me because it's just like, Josh sucks and he kills babies. It's like, what? Like the stuff you would see is just like insane.
Yeah.
Stabs at your personal life, which are totally inaccurate, and then stabs at a product, and it could be petty, like it'd be, some comment like, that's just a clone, and you want to be like, really? Where's the thing I cloned? Or like, then you start trying to prove yourself. And then there was a moment where I realized that won't end, and that's good. I remember talking to Yoshi, president of Boss, when we dropped the JB2.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he's like, Josh, this is the sweetest dude ever, genius. He's like, Josh, this is good. He goes, every time Boss puts out, this is my hero telling me this, every time Boss puts out a product and it's hated on, that's successful. That's our best pedals. And it clicked in me, and it's always true. The thing that people talk about the most, hate it or love it, that is success. And I'm not here to make people like what I do. I think ultimately, to sustain and be happy and healthy in my brain, I need to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Invite people to hang out, which I'm so fortunate they are.
Yeah.
And then that's success. And just let people hate. Because I mean, I'm not here to counsel people. I'm just here to I'm here to try to do what I like to do, invite people around me to help, and try to build a fun community.
That's dope. I appreciate you opening up about that. That's dope. That's cool to see the entire kind of process to the point where you're the better person on the other side of it going, I just make fun stuff now.
Because it's a dark hole. Like I've been in I'm sure you have too. You've read the comments and it's like, I honestly, at this point, I make stuff and I don't see what people say. I don't care. Like I have I've reached that point. And I think our general staff, we approach it this way over the last 2 years. We make what we want to make. And if people keep coming back, that's all we need to know. We don't need to understand every comment. And it's like,
yeah, that's great. Yeah, I've heard for my entire life, it's always helped. You get 5 musicians in a room and you get 6 opinions. And just remembering, it's okay. There's more opinions and you know what to do with.
That's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. One more question and then we'll jump into the Newlywed game.
Sweet.
But let's say, and if you want to answer this, if you could venture into a new area, you started doing with like the Euro racks and kind of going in a different area that accompanies the standard, stomp box model. Where would you want to venture into? Just like, I want to explore this space and just see what happens.
I think,
or is that the JHS show?
The honest answer to that is I don't really have any interest. We did venture a little. We did 500 series API racks.
Yeah,
fun. For like a hot minute, I really wanted to do amps and stuff. But the more I got into it, it's like it's okay. Like I'm okay to admit I have a grasp on pedals and there is a well-tuned machine there, and that's great. And I think the answer is, for me, what I love more than pedals, what I love more than JHS Pedals is the history. I love teaching. I love history.
Yeah.
So it's the show. It's like writing books that I'm working on. It's, one day maybe there's like PBS Ken Burns guitar history show. I mean, I don't know, but we're working towards whatever happens. And I don't know what that is. That for me, I don't get excited about venturing off into making theremins or something like that. I don't care. For me, it's like there's such a neglect of the true stories and so many lost inventors and these amazing people's stories. And I just want to tell the stories.
Yeah, that's rad. I love it. All right, let's jump into the Newlywed game. Do you guys have paper and Sharpies? Okay, so the first set of questions is going to be for Josh about Nick.
Great.
Okay.
So Nick, you're going to be writing. So Nick will be writing, and then to make this a little more difficult, I need you guys to turn your backs to each other.
Okay. Cool.
Because remember, you can't see.
I'm not gonna look.
Yeah, don't look.
What's your favorite food, Nick?
Oh,
chicken fingers.
Yeah.
All right, so questions for Josh about Nick. All right, Josh, what does Nick like to do to relax apart from music?
Well, he does a lot of stuff.
That's the problem.
But the problem is...
Hold on. Nick, you got to write down.
I know.
He's a lot like me where he can't have a hobby.
He turns it into something?
All right, I got it.
All right, what is it?
The answer.
To relax?
Yeah.
I'm trying
Think about it.
You're an overachiever, so you turn everything.
I know. There's one thing I haven't turned into a project.
I think it's like drawing, sketch, like art, visual art.
Is that your answer?
Oh.
Xbox.
Okay, God. Red Dead.
Yeah.
You're
great.
Yeah.
Nick, I'll get your gamer tag after this.
I'm actually shocked I didn't think of that.
It's fine. The only thing that I do at home that isn't actually like, yeah.
All right. I feel good though that I did know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, what was the name of Nick's first band?
Oh, I actually don't know that I would know the first band.
Wait. So we're still, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I don't know. There could have been stuff before this. I don't know.
What do you
The
think?
one I'm picturing in my mind is the band with like Amy.
Say it.
Say the name.
I don't remember the name.
Say it.
All right, you give up?
Time's up.
I know this name. It's in my mind.
Okay. Time's up.
Give me a hint.
Harold Hart.
Yeah.
But he was right.
Oh man.
He just didn't know the
I
name.
couldn't think of the name. That was like
he knew
10
who the
years
band,
ago.
which the band was. Yeah.
That's when you tried to run a stereo rig.
I know. I tried to run a stereo rig in this live show in this awful venue, and it was hot and it was terrible.
Since then you've given up and you just
direct,
and it sounds great.
Yeah, freaking.
Yeah.
All right, question 3. Josh, what is Nick's favorite drum wood?
Wood?
Okay.
Drum wood?
Okay. You want the answer?
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah. I don't know.
What did you write? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it a drum? Good.
Yeah. You got it right.
All right, that's
There's
another
more.
point.
There's a lot of philosophy
in that.
All right.
It's the
Josh,
same wood that I carry that my guitar's made.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Josh, what pedal best personifies Nick from the JHS lineup?
So his favorite pedal or personifies him?
Which one does he identify with? Nick, you look at the rack of the JHS catalog and you go, yeah, that one.
In the JHS catalog.
Let's make it a little simpler. Current lineup. He's got an answer.
Between two, I'll just say this is actually hard. Because there's some fresh discussions I've heard lately and I'm confused.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a
hint.
No, I'm just gonna give you some wiggle room.
It could be any. I don't know. I'm gonna say. I don't know. I know some stuff he uses and loves, but I don't know what he's gonna say. I'll just say Morning Glory. I don't know.
No.
Emperor and
Pulpapil were the ones I
thought it'd be Emperor Pulpapil.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
All right.
You use the Morning Glory.
I do.
It's boring though.
But I just, it's transparent. I don't think about it that much.
I should have said Emperor. I feel like I should have gotten it.
It's okay. I forget.
Josh, what is Nick's most guilty pleasure band or artist?
Oh boy.
Crap, you wrote that down really fast.
It's not like I listen to this band a lot. It's just like when I hear it, I'm like, yeah. But I feel like people would be like, really?
Is this like the discussion? No, that was a different. We had the creed discussion, like who is your creed?
Yeah, who is your creed is a different discussion.
Yeah,
it's not my creed.
Your creed is like Mumford & Sons.
Mumford & Sons is my creed.
Creed is my creed. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Guilty pleasure, because you listen to everything, and I don't think any of it's that weird.
I think yeah. Okay, I'll just give you the answer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
POD.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He knows.
What an awesome guilty pleasure.
He knows every word to Youth of the Nation and can like
almost every word.
Yeah.
I don't think POD even knows every word to Youth of the Nation. That's amazing.
Yep.
I forgot about POD.
Yeah. I listened to 2 entire albums front to back one weekend, and I loved every second.
They're not bad.
Josh, what musician, dead or alive, does Nick aspire to be most like?
Oh, if you get.
These are hard.
There's 2.
I'm
going to do the one that gives you the easiest out.
This is deep friendship, this is where I'm driving at.
One of them, it like changed because of a situation.
Yeah, it did.
That's not the one you wrote.
No.
He knows that answer. He knows the wrong one.
Yeah, this is going to be hard because all I can think of is the one. Crap.
Addison knows. He's got his head.
Addison.
And he knows.
Addison, shout it out.
Addison. What?
Paula.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Kevin Parker.
Kevin Parker.
Come on. All right, Addison gets a point.
That's also because you've been recording like country western music.
I know. Well, I think probably like the more of that is the answer that's been the most.
That is the answer.
I think the most evolved answer would be like Beck, probably because a
little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
All right. You're like a Beck.
All right, I'll give you a little easier one. Give you an A/B option here. Which drummer does Nick choose, John Bonham or Dave Grohl?
Okay.
Oh,
dang.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
I'll just go with Bonham, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. John.
It's that kick pattern crap that he does.
My gosh. His
good.
Just insane. Josh, what song does Nick choose during karaoke, assuming he karaoke's?
Ooh.
If you could even get in the wheelhouse,
okay,
I'll give it to you.
I'll put
this is not easy.
It's all right, it's almost your turn.
I have no idea. I will say like Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes or something.
That's like, okay, so this is a little bit broad, but I believe in a thing called love.
Okay.
I've always wanted to try that because it would be so funny. But
yes.
Also, I have done Don't You Forget About Me.
Yeah.
Before. So it's in the it's in
a genre.
I feel like if he threw a dart at the wall, it would be like maybe a foot away from
like I picture you in like a sports jacket doing Peter Gabriel in like a bar.
Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer. That would be great.
I'm going to give you a 0.5 as a half a point.
Okay.
That's fine.
Because I'm a generous guy. All right. Now,
I've flopped on this. It's okay.
It's all right.
These are
Josh, what was the first song Nick learned to play on drums?
What was the first song I learned to play on drums?
I could take some guesses.
This is the last one.
You don't even know.
It's like a song? I don't know the answer to that.
Do you know the band?
I would probably just dig into like some of the first albums that like he got really into music. Maybe I would say, I don't want to say POD. I would maybe Cranberries or something. I don't know.
No, I don't even really know. I feel like I'll say, okay, I think that you should get at least half a point because I would say that it's not necessarily a song. It's more of like a beat and it's like the white boy breakbeat thing. Like the do, and that's in the Cranberries a lot.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Half a point.
Yeah.
All right. Now it is Nick's turn.
All right.
To answer questions for Josh.
All right.
So there are some that are the same, some that are a little different.
Okay.
Nick, what does Josh like to do to relax apart from music?
Ride his bike. Oh, no, wait, no. Photography.
Photography?
Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
Just said it's 6 degrees.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Nick, your turn. What was the name of Josh's first band?
Oh, wait. Oh, crap. I feel like we talked about this. I know your first band played at Walmart, I think, right?
That's my second band.
Your second band? How have we never? I feel like we've never talked about the name of that band.
We may not.
We've talked about it.
The first band had 3 gigs. One was at the drummer's grandma's driveway.
Oh my gosh!
And the other was at a talent show.
Was it called
a 6th grade talent?
I'm just gonna make a guess.
Yeah, you can make a guess. It's a very 90s name.
Oh, really?
I mean, maybe. It's a horrible name. It actually sounds like the name of a Southern rock band that never made it.
Ooh, Willie and the Poor Boys?
No.
You got to read it to me.
Slow burn.
Slow burn? Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. That is amazing.
That's great for an early band playing Walmart in Mississippi. That's pretty good.
Yeah, slow burn. That is amazing.
We need
That's
to
actually pretty
revolver
good.
Opening for fuel
at the Walmart.
at the Walmart. Wow, that's amazing.
Okay.
Burn. I didn't know that.
This one might not work. This one might not be fair, but we're gonna try it anyways. What is the first amp that Nick uses? Nope. What is the first amp that Josh uses to test pedals?
The first one?
Yeah.
Mesa Boogie amp. Oh, no. The Sovtech. There's like 7 of them over there. I feel like it's not
You
that
said
fair.
Mesa Boogie.
Sovtech.
Yeah, MiG 50 Sovtech.
I'll give you the point. Or should I give half a point? What do you think?
You can give.
That's a point. That's right.
Why do you say Mesa Boogie?
It's also
It's
whatever.
because my dad bought a Mesa Boogie from me.
It's also whatever amp is on.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
They all are. Every amp I have is the same amp, sort of. Like they're all.
Yeah.
It's like different forms of a Fender amp that look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Nick, same question I asked earlier.
Yeah.
From the current JHS catalog, what pedal best personifies Josh?
The Smiley.
It's Morning Glory. It's just boring and like white bread, and I'll just never turn it off.
The reason I picked Smiley is because of like the history. You know,
That's
like
true.
it's historical, and you like history.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
That was a thoughtful answer.
Yeah,
that was good.
It was wrong.
It was wrong. Nick, what band or artist is Josh's most guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure.
See, the thing with me is I have no guilt.
I know.
Which one should he feel most guilty about?
Wonder. Let me think about this.
That's a good question.
So earlier, the way you described it was you said if people heard me, they would be really surprised that I listened to POD. So in that same vein, maybe that'll help you kind of define Josh. It's like, which one did you hear and go, wait, what?
I don't know, like Kanye. I'm gonna say Kanye.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I haven't even.
Oh, you didn't even write anything down. I kind of messed the game up. I spoke.
I don't know, and he does. I don't think there's a point here. I think this is an impossible.
I'm going to give half a point just because we don't have an answer. So.
It might be like Marty Robbins, or is that I don't know.
I feel like that just feels like a part of who you are.
Or like, yeah, I think a lot of people might not realize like randomly I'll just listen to like lots of hip hop,
right?
Because I get tired of guitar. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I like it.
We try.
What musician, dead or alive, does Josh aspire to be most like?
Wow.
Josh and I are like not great when you give us like, we have to be like really pointed because we're gonna be like, but if I think about it, it's also this other thing too.
See, this is why musicians have 6 opinions when you get 5 in a room.
Yeah. Dead or alive that you most aspire to be like.
It's hard.
Musically, of course.
Music. Okay, because what I was about to say was like vibes.
Yeah.
Musically. This is really.
Did you pick one?
No, because I don't know who I want to be like.
Oh man, this is a real identity crisis.
I have no identity. Like I'm just a wandering stranger.
Just pick like the first thing that like it doesn't have to be it forever.
But that's my problem.
I know.
My problem is like I don't want to give a wrong answer.
That's what my wife tells me when she asks me a hypothetical question. She's like, "You can change your mind tomorrow."
I'm really bad at hypotheticals.
Me too.
Like today, I would just say like musically.
Don't say it out loud.
Yeah. So write down today. That's okay.
Yeah, I would just today like Johnny Greenwood.
But you didn't let me answer the question.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I didn't answer the question.
This is truly like an old married couple.
But I will say, I was gonna say like Pearl Jam, like the guys from Pearl Jam. I don't remember all their names, so I was wrong.
I thought about that.
That's honestly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
That's mood though is music.
Yeah.
There's like a vibe. Like stick it to the man.
Yeah.
New question. What celebrity, dead or alive, does Josh want to meet? And this, I'm using the word celebrity really broad. Okay. It can be Tom Hanks or it can be
Jerry
from
Seinfeld.
Oh,
Jerry.
You didn't write Jerry
no,
Seinfeld?
I didn't. That is
Okay, so I have to guess the wrong one that you picked yourself?
But Seinfeld's worth half a point. I would say Bob Dylan.
Okay, yeah.
But that's me. See, I'm all musical minded right now, and I wasn't broad.
He said
enough.
celebrity, and I was thinking.
I would love to hang out with Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah,
you got to give him half a point on that.
All right, I'll give you half a point. That was a good one.
I'm sorry, we're like forcing you to give us points in ways that we decide instead of letting you.
We're really sad
because you're the game master. We should really let you just do everything right.
I am good with this because we're making it up as we go. Honestly,
awesome.
You guys are kind of making it up as you go too, so it's all good. All right. What comes first for Josh? Reverb or delay? Write it down. And then Nick answer.
What comes first, reverb or delay?
Like in a signal chain.
Yeah. Delay.
Well done. What song does Josh choose for karaoke? Are we gonna hit another stalemate here?
What song does Josh choose for karaoke?
Go with your gut, Josh. Just write it down. You're walking up right now. The DJ, using that term real loosely. The DJ is playing your song.
Don't Take the Girl. Like close?
No, but that's funny. I would do that.
I feel like
or
that would be
song's
really
like, that's my dog in my backyard.
Yeah. What'd you put?
I put Where It's At back.
Where It's At.
That's just like, that's a whole mood.
Yeah.
And then people sing it with you.
Yeah. You could like put the microphone out at the crowd.
Yeah. What's hard about karaoke is that there's like two worlds of music. There's karaoke music and then everything else.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to answer like, well, what karaoke song?
Yeah, because everyone always does the same crap. It's always like My Heart Will Go On. But Hotel California.
It's also like what would be the most enjoyable for everyone else. Like, because you're gonna kind of be making a fool of yourself a little bit, so you might as well go down with the good one.
Wonderwall would be a really good karaoke.
Yeah,
that would be a good one. I think anything from the Grease soundtrack is pretty appropriate.
Sure.
You can get away with pretty much anything on that one. Nick, what was the first song Josh learned to play on guitar? First riff.
Oh, dude, I actually feel like I should know this.
I've always been pretty positive this is it. But there's a slight unknown, but this is what I say. I think this is it.
Okay.
Like, oh man, it's either like a 90s band or it's like a Hendrix riff or something. Cold Shot?
Cold Shot?
Yeah, I don't know.
I still don't even know how to play that.
What did you pick?
Santa Monica by Everclear.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that, but that makes sense.
That's great.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
All right. So quick tally. Josh, you had 1, 2, 3 points total.
Wow.
Out of 9 questions. All right. And then Nick, I think you won 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
Yes.
For Nick.
Solid 1 point. Squeaked by.
Well done. All that generosity. And then, and Addison got one too. So
yeah.
We should just do this with Joshua on a live.
Yeah.
Because we won't know anything.
Yeah.
Here's a bonus. Does Josh know exactly how many pedals he owns? And if so, can you write it down?
In round numbers, I think.
Ballpark? No. Does he know the specific? I own
no.
712. No,
he doesn't.
No, I don't.
Nice.
It's somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 in the room, and we have no idea. I mean, it's in a database, but like, I don't know.
That's amazing. Well, Nick, you won, and the prize is all 3,000 or 4,000 of those pedals. I'm not going to be in charge of that.
Awesome! Wow.
But
right,
congratulations.
I'm just going to put it in my 2 weeks now, and I'm going to go buy a yacht.
Yeah, I love it. Join the Yatchet Club. Guys, this has been fun. Thanks so much for taking some time with me.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I look forward to connect with you guys again soon.
All right. Take care.
Sweet. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.